What's up guys, this is SkyTech Freak, and today for you I have a video guide on how to install OTA updates on a rooted device. So if you have rooted your device and are still using the manufacturer ROM, like the official ROM that came with the device, but still have rooted the device using something like Magisk, I'm going to be showing you, giving you a guide on how to install that OTA official update. And then further, if you want to root that update again, so the new ROM that you'll be installing through this guide will remove root from your device, but I will also be showing you a way on how to reroute the device without too much hassle. And I think this is a special video because this is the first time my Essesntial device is going to be shown on this channel, because I'm going to be using the Essesntial device for this guide, because the Essesntial device, like the Essesntial phone, is getting a lot of updates. It's getting like monthly security patches, and right now I'm running the October 2018 security patch, and the November 2018 security patch is out. So I'm just going to be showing you guys how exactly to update that OTA. Now you'll see that OTAs will still appear on your on your ROM, your manufacturer ROM. Like over here for the Essesntial phone, it's saying that there is an update, but every time I try to download and update it, it just says there's been an error. I'll show you again quickly. And that's because what happens is when you root your device with something like Magisk, I actually have Magisk installed. So let me just show that to you. There we go. I have Magisk installed. So when you go ahead and root it with something like Magisk, what it does is it modifies your boot.image. And because your boot.image is modified, it doesn't allow you to get OTA updates easily. So again, we'll just see now it's going to be unable to install update or something like that. And this is where the guide begins. So the first thing you want to do is grab both the fastboot and the OTA update files for the Essesntial phone, or whatever your device is. And basically what you want to do is get the OTA zip, which you can usually get on manufacturer websites. So for the Essesntial phone, you can just go to just Google Essesntial phone developer or whatever, and then you can go down here and there's an option for Android builds for the Essesntial phone. You click on that. It says what are you looking for. You can click on looking for current builds, submit form. I mean, it's not much of a form, and then you can download both of these. Now if you just want to update but you don't want to root your device again, you can just download the OTA update. But if you also want to root your device, I suggest also downloading the fastboot zip. So these are two zips. I have both of them downloaded, but just to show you guys that these are two zips. They're both about 1 GB and 1.3 GB, but I'm just gonna cancel them because I have them downloaded. So once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is connect your device to your computer. So I've got it down over here, and you want to open minimal ADB tools. I should have mentioned that obviously you need ADB installed on your device, I mean on your computer, and you need Android debugging enabled on your phone, which you can do. Let me just show you how to get to Android debugging. You go down here, you go into settings, system, advanced, and there should be developer settings. If you don't have it, just go into about phone and hit build number a bunch of times until developer options opens up. You go to developer options, and basically you go down and there'll be an option like Android ADB debugging. Where's Android debugging? Yeah, allow Android debugging. Again, because your phone is already rooted for you to even begin this guide, I'm just going to assume that you have an unlocked bootloader and you know how to do these things. So that's why I didn't mention necessarily that you need minimal ADB tools and you need Android debugging enabled on your phone and stuff like that. So it's going to be a pretty quick and presumptuous guide, to the extent that I'm assuming you guys know what's going on with most of the basic stuff. Let me just figure out how to close this. Where does this come from? This is F11, I think. Nope. F10, F12. Oh, there we go. All right, so once you plug your phone in to your computer, if this is the first time you're using this phone, you have to authorize it. So you want to go allow always from this computer and press OK. So now it's authorized. Otherwise, when you load up the ADB in PowerShell or command prompt, what happens is it goes unauthorized, and then you can't do a bunch of stuff with it. Anyways, once you have minimal ADB and fastboot portable tools, which I'll link in the description below to their XDA link where you can download them, and I'll also link where to get the OTA and fastboot files for the Essesntial phone from their Essesntial website. I'll link that in the description as well. But anyways, once you have the minimal ADB and fastboot tools, you just want to open up the folder where both ADB and fastboot are like in that folder in the open, and then you want to press shift and right click so you get an extended window, and you want to open up PowerShell here. For PowerShell, when you type in commands, you have to do a dot and a front slash in ADB. So you type in ADB devices. If you're using command prompt, you don't actually have to do that. Now, right here, it'll tell you the name of the device. If you hadn't authorized it on this computer, it would say like unauthorized, but because we authorized it just like a minute ago, it's saying the device is active. All right, now once you verified that the device has actually shown up in ADB and it's working properly, the next thing you want to do is reboot this into recovery mode. So what you want to do for that is dot front slash, what's going on? All right, dot front slash ADB reboot recovery, and then you should see the phone booting into recovery mode. Shouldn't take too long. One thing I find really annoying about the Essesntial phone is once you unlock the bootloader, like the warning screen takes forever, and then even just the boot up screen, it just takes too long. It's really annoying. So now we're in recovery mode. This is what recovery mode looks like. But to move forward, what you want to do is hold the power button for a sec and then press the volume up button. So there's like this menu. And now I'm just going to get really close and show you what this menu is saying. Let me try to refocus that. Give me a second. Aha, there we go. All right. Now what you want to do is go down to apply update from ADB, and it'll sort of load it up in ADB mode again. So what you can actually do is check if it's showing up by once again doing the dot front slash ADB devices, and you'll see that there is the same phone that was earlier showing up as a device is now showing up as sideload. Now this is pretty important because the next step requires you first to go ahead and bring out that the OTA update you downloaded. So you can see this is where I have the file. Just copy it in the same place where you have ADB and the fastboot files, basically where the minimal ADB fastboot tools are. Just copy it there, and what you want to do is you want to rename it to like something easy. So I'm just going to rename it to OTA, or you can name it like PH-1 OTA. And then what you want to do is go back here, and there's actually a guide on how to do this on the website as well. So you just want to go here and follow the commands that are shown here. So as you can see, it tells you to check, and there is sideload right next to the name. The next thing you want to do is again dot front slash ADB sideload, and you want to sideload the name of the zip, right? So what we named the zip was, what was it? PH1 OTA. Make sure you add the extension, so .zip, and then you just want to press enter. Right, so once you've put in the command, like I had said, ADB sideload the name of the zip and then .zip. Again, make sure it's in the same directory as ADB to begin with. Once you're done with all of that, it'll take a while for the OTA update to apply to your phone. Once it's done, you can also just put in the command ADB reboot, or like on the menu of the phone recovery, you can also just select reboot device now using the power button. And I just wanted to skip like the whole like length of the installation of the OTA update on your phone, and I also wanted to skip how long it takes to like first boot into a new version of the ROM. So let's go into settings and first of all verify the fact that we have actually successfully updated it. So we can go here and it says now you're on the security level patch November 5, and we were earlier on the October security patch. So as you can see, we've successfully now applied the OTA update. A problem now that we will face is because the OTA update has gone ahead and updated the boot image as well. You no longer have Magisk installed on it right now. So what you can see is, and it's a good thing because all your modules are still part of it. So as soon as you get Magisk up and running, as soon as you patch the boot image for this ROM, all your modules will come back in the way they were. So you don't actually lose any settings when you apply this OTA update, except you do lose Magisk's functionality in totality. So if you just wanted to apply the OTA update, you can stop watching the video now. But if you wanted to also go ahead and root this device by Magisk, you can follow the video. One thing that's important to note is, like, the recovery I booted into was the stock recovery of Essesntial phone. I don't actually have TWRP installed. If you do have TWRP installed, there's a very similar method, because again, TWRP also modifies the boot image, and I don't think you can specifically download the OTA update and install it via TWRP recovery. But there is a link on XDA on how to do it if you have both TWRP and Magisk. This is a guide if you just have Magisk and not TWRP, but the process is very similar. I'll link the XDA link as to how you can do it if you have both TWRP and Magisk installed. But right, now moving on to reinstalling Magisk if you want to do that. So like I said, we wanted to download both the OTA and the fastboot versions of the ROM, and so far we've only used like the OTA update. We just applied it on our phone, and that is why we now have the updated version of the manufacturer ROM on our phone. But what we need to do is also go ahead and extract the fastboot image. So when you extract the fastboot image, this is sort of the file you'll get, and you want to just copy this. There'll be a boot image over here. Oh, there we go. I see it. There'll be a boot.image. You just want to copy that boot.image, and again, you want to first of all have your phone connected in file transfer mode so that you can actually copy this image onto your phone. So you move it to file transfer mode, it shows up on your computer. You just go there, and then you can sort of have it wherever you want. You can, I mean, I'm just going to leave it in downloads, I think. Or how about we create a new folder and name it November 5, and then we can just paste this boot image in November 5. You'll see why it's important to do that, because now that we have this, you want to move back to your device, and you want to open the Magisk ROM. the Magisk application. Now that you've opened the Magisk application, you want to hit install, and it says install, and you only have two options available. What you want to do is download. I'm going to go back and re-say that. Install. You want to patch the boot image file. You don't want to download a zip. You want to patch the boot image file. At this point, it's going to open up like your files. So you go into like whatever file manager you have and whichever directory you sort of left. You've left your boot image in. Make sure this boot image is of the exact same ROM that you have just applied the OTA update of. You can't just get any boot image because the boot image changes per update and per ROM. So make sure you have the boot image of the exact same version of the ROM that you're running right now, because otherwise it won't accept it. So now that you found the boot image, it's Magisk is going to do its thing and like patch the boot image. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Alright, so once it's done patching, once Magisk is done patching your boot.image file, it'll also tell you where exactly it's stored on your device. Make sure your phone's still connected to file transfer mode after this is done, so that you can copy that file. So you wanted to bring that file from your device back onto your computer. So make sure you navigate to this area in the download folder, get a hold of that patched_boot.image, and what you want to do is you want to copy it down to the same folder where you have the minimal ADB tools once again. So as you can see, I've already copied it down here. And the next thing we want to do is once again hold shift and open up that PowerShell window. And this time what we want to do is type /adb devices first to find out if our device is connected. Now we know it's connected. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and type ./adb reboot into bootloader. So once you hit that, the phone should reboot into bootloader mode, as you can see here. Give it a second. So this is bootloader mode, as I'm sure you guys have seen when you were going ahead and unlocking the bootloader, etc. on your phone. As you can see, it says device state unlocked. The Essesntial phone website will keep telling you to like relock your bootloader after you've like flashed these things. I don't think it's a good idea to do that, especially if you're trying to install Magisk and stuff like that. Just completely ignore that suggestion with like it's a good idea to lock your bootloader again. Don't do that. Just let it stay unlocked. Besides the minor inconvenience of it taking longer to boot, it's actually much better to just leave it open. Unless, of course, you actually have security concerns, and then go ahead and do what it is you want to do. Once again, you can open up. Alright, once you have your phone in bootloader or fast boot mode, and your PowerShell window open, you want to first go ahead and ensure that your device does recognize your phone. So /fast boot devices, and it should show up over here. One big issue that happens a lot is that while your phone gets recognized in like ADB mode, it doesn't get recognized, especially this is like specific to the Essesntial phone. It doesn't get recognized in fast boot mode. And all you have to do to like fix that is go ahead and download the Windows drivers for Essesntial phone. That's again on the Essesntial developer website, which again I will link in the description below. I mean, a lot of people tend to think like generic ADB and Windows and Android drivers will work for all devices. I thought I've installed like so many drivers for so many phones, like Essesntial will have like some generic common one, but it didn't. Like my computer wasn't recognizing it until I installed these drivers. But now that I have, as you can see, it does show up in fast boot mode. Now another thing you need to do is, because this phone has like official trouble support, so it has like multiple partitions, what you want to do is get the current slot and see which one is active. So what you want to do is to go back to your PowerShell window, fast boot, and then you just want to type this in, which is get var current dash slot. So let's do that. Fast boot getvar current dash slot. It will tell you what the current slot is. So the current slot for us right now is _B or B, and like it just alternates. I've had the current slot be A at times and B at times. I don't know exactly what determines what the current slot is, but based on this you have to do the next move. Right, so once you have the current slot, the last thing you want to do is /fast boot flash boot and then _B, so it tells you which slot, and we found out the current slot was B, right? So flash boot, this is the command, and then space, and again make sure you have actually in your fast boot tools gone ahead and ensured that the patched boot.image file is in the same folder as ADB and your fast boot tools. So make sure you copied it here from your download folder on your phone after Magisk had patched it. You want to first have Magisk patch your boot image that you got from the fast boot ROM. Then you want to drag it over to your Windows computer where you have minimal ADB tools. You want to copy paste it in that same folder as ADB and fast boot, and then you want to go here and do this last step, which is /fast boot flash boot _B, and then you want to type in exactly the name of the file, which is patched _boot.image. Again, never forget the file extension. Sometimes on Windows Explorer it doesn't show you file extensions if you have programs that know how to run those files, but like always make sure you use the file extensions when you're running ADB, and then you just press enter, and it should happen in no time. The next thing you want to do is just fast boot reboot, and your phone should be rebooted. Let's give it a second. Um, make sure our device does actually have Magisk now that we've patched the boot image. Another thing is you can get fast boot ROMs like on the XDA forums and stuff, like specifically for the Essential phone, where you can just flash the entire fast boot ROM using fast boot. The thing with that is it completely wipes all your data. So if you don't want to lose your data and then have to like reinstall all your apps and things like that, or you don't want to have to like do a backup and then redo things like that, the best way to do it is from the method I've just shown you, by running an OTA update and then by installing the patched boot image. Like I was saying, it's really annoying how long, at least on a first boot, the Essential phone takes to boot up once you unlock the bootloader. It wasn't like this before I unlocked the bootloader and then suddenly it's misbehaving. But just to be sure, let's go in again. Let me just make sure that Magisk has been installed. We go on to Magisk, and you can see here it's installed, and like I was saying, all the modules that you had before are actually still available on your device. So guys, I hope you guys liked the video. Again, this is not specific to the Essential phone. You can do this with any device that you've rooted using Magisk and you have the fast boot and OTA updates available for. There's other ways also to get the boot.image, so you can just have the OTA zip file and extract the boot image through other ways from those ROMs. But I hope this has been helpful. You can do this with any device, like I said, that you're running manufacturer ROM that's been rooted with Magisk on. The Essential phone I just thought was a good example because I have it and it updates frequently. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. Please do consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.